Hey guys, I'm working on page 3, and what I have done on the middle part here is I have cut 4 pieces of cardstock that measure 5 by 5.5. I scored on the 5-inch side at 1/2 inch and at 4.5, which is right here. So I scored at 1/2 inch and 4.5, and then I rotated it to the 5.5 inch side and I scored at 5 inches. Or if you want to do it this way, on the 5.5 inch side, you're going to score at 1/2 inch. Okay, and then I used my die, just like I did in the last 2 videos, and cut out the tops of each of these. And I've created 4 of those. And how I got those measurements is I just took the page and divided it in half, and then divided it in half vertically. And so I am going to put these pockets on here now. I'm putting them down. I like the idea of a bunch of pockets on the same page. I don't know why, I just do. And usually I have several of these style pages in many of my albums. So I'm just making sure that I apply this so that the page still opens up. Now, if I hadn't cut the top of these with a die, I would just butt the bottom of this up to the top of it. But since I did, what I'm going to do is just kind of line this edge up here with the top of the page, like close to the top of the page. I don't want to get my scallops outside of the page though. So I'm going to line it up, just kind of eyeballing it a little bit. And now I can line up this side with this edge here. Again, I'm folding my sides down and my bottom up, and I'm lining up the bottom of this pocket with the pocket that I've already attached. And that is the first page. Now, I'm going to close my page. This is the front page, and rescore because it's going to need a different score mark for the bulk from these pages. Now, on the front cover, what I've done is I've taken a page, cut it down to 10 inches from the 8.5 by 11. I cut it down to 10 inches and I just folded it in half. So it's 4 1/4 and 4 1/4. And what I'm going to do is use some of these scraps that I have from cutting the other pages and just make the hinges from that. So this is a 10-inch by 1-inch piece of cardstock that I scored in half. I applied score tape on each of those, and I mitered the corner here. And I'm going to attach this to the page that way. But first, I want to make this into a pocket. So I just have these 2 little hinge things. They're 1 inch by 4 1/4 because that's what the measurement here is. And I applied score tape. And so now what I'm going to do is just turn this piece of paper into a pocket by putting these 2 pieces right here. And if they stick out, you can just cut off the part that sticks out, a little point maybe, and then this will be a pocket. I'm going to fold this over, and there's your pocket. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply this piece. You want the folded edge of this little hinge thing to the folded edge of this pocket. I'm going to line that up. I'm going to turn it over and see if I need to cut off any pieces. And then I'm going to take off the tape backing off of this side and put it here. And I'm just going to line it up to the page. And now we have this flap thing. And this pocket here on this page. And that's all I'm going to be doing for right now. And I will make my tags and such later and design this with the paper. So I'm going to flip it over, and I have the back page to figure out what I'm going to do. Okay. Okay, so I have the next page figured out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a flap on the front that has a pocket, and then has a pocket on the back. I'm going to put a pocket here, and then another page flap. Why is another page flap here? So I started off with a piece that measures 8.5 by 5. I scored on the 8.5 inch side at 1/2 inch, and the two pockets are 4 by 6, and on the 6 inch side I scored at 1/2 inch, and at 5.5 I rotated it to the 4 inch side and scored at 1/2 inch. So I have two of those. The pocket on the bottom of the page is 3.5 by 9. On the 9 inch side I scored at 1/2 inch and at 8.5, and I rotated it to the 3.5 inch side and scored at 1/2 inch. And then we have the 8.5 by 10 inch piece, and I just scored at 1/2 inch. I folded on all my score marks, and I applied my score tape, and I mitered the corners on the pockets like we always do, and there we go. So I've applied one on here just to make sure. I wanted to see, you know, if it was going to work and everything. There we go. So I am going to apply this flap to this left side here. I'm going to line it up with the page, and I think I don't know if I said this on the first video that I made all these base pages. I accidentally cut this one a little bit short, like crooked or whatever, so it's not exactly 10 inches. And so what I'm having to do on all of these is cut off about 1/8 of an inch, I believe, on all these. So it's really, this page is really 9 7/8, and I probably should have fixed it, but I didn't, and there you go. So I've just been cutting it off. It's easier to cut it off than it, I mean, I can measure. It's not like I can't measure 9 7/8. I can do that, but it wasn't coming out exactly right. So I'm going to put one pocket on the outside of the flap here, and I'm just lining it up on the side and the bottom. And then when I open it up, I'm going to put the second pocket here. I just can't wait to decorate this. I'm just like zooming through. I almost don't want to make all 4 pages because I think once I, what the heck? Alright, so this, because I cut off that part I was just talking about, I have to re-score this pocket so it fits right, just like on that other page earlier. I say earlier because I'm making these all on the same day, and they're all posted in the same day too, so I guess that would make sense. I'm just trying to make these pages I'm doing a lot shorter than the first 2-hour video of chit-chatting the whole time. So there we go. There's those pockets. Now I am going to put this pocket on the page. And I've been watching Grey's Anatomy, and I'm telling you what, my niece is going to get her butt kicked because I can't stop it. So that's just, did I not take that? Yeah, I did. This is just a little tiny pocket. I don't know why I made it so small, but I did. You know what? I just jacked it up. I am going to take my page, and instead of applying the adhesive here and applying it on there because I've already made the pocket, I'm going to fold this little flap that I have the tape on, and I'm going to fold it over this like this. So it'll be on the actual in the pocket type. That makes any sense? I don't know. It's late. I can't speak. So I'm just going to lift this up. I'm going to open up this. I'm going to put my pocket in there, or my, not pocket, but little flap inside there. And push it down. And that is going to be the page. And I cut it down already. That's the other thing. It's creating a thick page here. And that, okay, so this, is this the front? Did I decide? Yeah, this is the front. It has this little flap here, which, like I said, I'm going to stick some tags in there. I'm not quite sure yet if I'm going to take a little piece like this and just stick it in there to separate these two pockets yet or not, or this long pocket. I haven't decided that far yet, but this opens up and then there's these 4 pockets here, and then so this is going to be the binding, so it flips over and these open up and you have this. And I'm not going to do anything with this as far as adding pockets or anything like that. I'm going to decorate that with the papers. So I have 3 pages done, and I don't know where I put them. I thought I put them in. Oh, they're up here. So actually, this is actually pretty thick already. So it is about, it's about 1 inch without any of the patterned paper on there. So I think I'm going to start decorating these and then see how thick it gets and then decide if I'm going to add the 3rd or the 4th page or not. So this is the 3rd page. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.